Hi friends, my name is Cashapp with Psychic MD, and we are doing another collective reading. You know that situation that you thought would break you? We're going to explore that. Let's get some good juju in here, releasing all the old energy. All right. If you guys resonate with this reading, please let me know in the comments below. If there's anything that you would like to see or any topics to cover, also drop those down and I will address them as I feel led to. Let me plug in my microphone. That's kind of gonna have some importance. All right, without further ado. That situation you thought would break you. Show me what I need to see. For the collective, about the situation that we thought would break you. Show me. Show me what I need to see and show me now. I'm taking these two. You guys like, share, comment, subscribe. If you resonate, that would be great. And if you don't, tons of other readers out there for you as well. So right off the bat, we have hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. And then we have love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. So right off the bat, of course, I'm feeling like this could have something to do with loyalty. The wolves right here are definitely prominent, and well, from my perspective anyways, there seems to be, of course, these are the cards that always have those sad eyes. It's Les Vampires guidebook, Lucy Cavendish. I think I said her name correctly. But of course, I mean, they're designed to look a little bit like that. That's their signature. But I'm being drawn to the fact that I think that that situation that you thought would break you really led you to a very, very, very dark place. Now, in that dark place, I feel like eventually you kind of hid in silence. I think that you suffered quietly. People didn't know, didn't understand what exactly you were going through. I feel like there was no real way for you to call for help or express yourself. Maybe this is like childhood trauma. Maybe this is some other form of like trauma, abusive connection or something like that. Excuse me. So I'm feeling like definitely people do not want me to speak on this, but we are doing it regardless. And excuse my table broom here, but with all the ash and gypsum from rearranging stuff, it's what we got to do. Okay, so I definitely feel like you got led into a very dark place and you had to almost light your own candle, and it was a candle of hope. And this was something like there's no running electricity, there was no hope offered to you. In other words, there was nothing that came easily to you. This is something that you really actively had to pursue on your own. And I'm trying to fight the glare here. Yeah. And so you actively had to pursue. It's like, where are the matches? Where's a candle? Maybe you had to make a candle. And so I think that the bottom of the line was that you had to find deep, deep within your heart what it is that you can hold on to, what was able to shed light on circumstances in your life to help to really inspire and give you hope during the time that you were sitting with dead things. It could be dead emotions, dead feelings, abandonment, being ghosted. It could be, I'm looking at the way her arms are crossed right here. She's almost making a 4. To me, the 4 stability. So perhaps it was like during a time when you should have felt stable and protected and you were not. I'm again feeling the vibes of like childhood trauma. Take that for whatever it's worth. And now I'm seeing right here, okay, this is generational trauma. I'm just going to tell you what I see. So there's more skulls underneath. I didn't actually see that initially. And so I feel like you have risen to the top, and because you have actually faced things, you are the black sheep. You are the one that cures generational trauma. You are the one that looks at things head on. And you're like, well, what do you mean me? Like, I'm the weak one. I'm like the quiet one. I'm the shy one. I don't speak up. I've endured a lot. I put up with a lot. Yes, you. It's because of all those reasons that I feel like Spirit uses our weaknesses as strengths. And it's almost like sharpening that double-edged sword in such a way that you can cut through everything with such precision. And I feel like that's why the tendency to even cut yourself, if that's what needs to be done. I mean that figuratively, guys, that you're going to cut through your own BS. But I feel like that sword is born later in life. So it could have been a long time for you to have suffered in silence or held on to these emotions or had like nobody. There were just literally bodies lining up underneath you. And what I get from that, I feel like this is like a generational curse. This has been done over and over and over again within your family, your gene pool, your family line. Okay, take that however it resonates. The anticipation and the bright prospects were born from a really dark place. And so I feel like you've never quite given up on that. And I feel like the way she's looking, it is just self-preservation, but it has to do with your home life. And so she's protecting her chest. It's like, I definitely want that, like, stable home life, that, people that kind of coexist and support each other, whatever the case may be. But during this time of being hidden in the dark, she's had to grow some beautiful bat wings, okay? And just because of that, I wasn't going to look at the book, but now we're going to bust out with the book, okay? So this situation you really thought was going to absolutely break you. Like, how can you even face these things? And it may be even to this day that you feel like, well, I've been through so much, and I feel like, I feel kind of sullied or gross, or my family has never risen above this, or nobody acknowledges this, because I feel like nobody's even talking about it. They're all these skulls. It's like old decay, old hopes, old dreams, and I feel like this cycle has chewed and spit people out, but not you. I'm going to say that again. This cycle, this generational curse, has chewed people and spit them out, but not you. Okay? This little creature, this small one, a vampire with a heart and soul, is surrounded by death, by endings, by sadness, by void, and by those that have left her. Like you, she's facing darkness within others and within life, and she feels utterly alone. But what she has with her is the ability of hope, and she chooses this. It is not something that is always easy, but she has lit a candle in the deep darkness upon a heap of skulls and nothing else, and she has struck a light and held up the light. She is quietly defiant in the face of death, of change, of silence, of loneliness, of criticism, and of great dilemma. If this card finds you at this time, you're being asked to rise above those who are giving in to hopelessness and negativity. It does not ask you to be falsely hopeful or to put on a happy face and refuse to face what must be faced. It asks you instead to be hopeful. You do not yet know the outcome. You do not yet know what will happen next. But you can be assured of is that this hope that you have the capacity to create will sustain you in a time of great difficulty. Keep it strong, quiet, small. Face what you must face, do what must be done, and know that yes, the situation is extremely difficult. No doubt about it at all. But we vampires ask you to know that one of the most beautiful and life-affirming things any of us can do is refuse to give in. And not only that, to do what must be done with hope. That light will attract help, intervention, assistance, and our admiration and respect, which in turn will deliver more assistance. You know there's some optimism you can create. You know you're the bearer of the torch of the light in this circumstance, and you know this hope will warm, inspire, and nurture others. Light up the world around you from within. Strike the light and watch the shadows and dangers recede to the corners. Keep the flame burning. Your ability to create possibilities in a seemingly hopeless and difficult situation bring out the best in others, which is a strong ripple effect. You have manifested change through this hopefulness. Okay? So that's just kind of echoing. Let me just take a drink real quick. What we spoke about earlier. All right, definitely having that hope. But not only are you lighting a candle for yourself, you're lighting a candle for the collective as well. You're lighting a candle for those black sheep that have withstood abuse, that have held their silence, that have not had a platform to speak out on, that have been afraid perhaps, that felt unseen, unheard, unwanted, abandoned. But you, my friend, are lighting that candle for the rest. And with those bat wings, you know, bats work on sonar. They work on sonar like the battery powered. But you know what I'm talking about. So they definitely tune in to hidden vibration. I feel like this is maybe really sensitive to any sort of like vibration, any fluctuation that's going on in your surroundings. Okay. Love conquers all. I feel like this has a great capacity for you to not only be the bearer of light and exposing things that are like hidden in darkness and speaking your truth, but shining with a new hope and a brilliantness. And it's almost like that penny that was forgotten and that got shown, you know, that you polish it and it's just brilliant. Or that diamond, better spoken, would be that diamond in the rough that gets polished. And all of a sudden people are like, what the heck? Like, I had no idea. So I feel like that is you. So everything that you're undergoing, not that it makes it okay or that you have gone through, but it is definitely for divine purpose, okay? Now, if you would have told me this like years ago, I would have been extremely resentful and be like, well, you know, what the hell benefit is that to me? And I would understand that response as well. I'm just going to say that this darkness that you've undergone and perhaps even still undergo, it definitely has a higher purpose than any one of us can even point out. So number 24, love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitment. Yeah, so I feel like there's an issue with perhaps like this generational curse not having any I want to say lasting love. Like, it's almost like love them and leave them mentality. It's almost like we've attracted, I'm including myself in that, by the way. This is definitely, I feel like, part of my story so far. We've attracted because of like generational curses and things that we've seen emulated from generations before us and so on and so forth. And I feel even things that are definitely passed down and intentionally given to us in a really bad way. These things have definitely affected our lives, but this is where we shine. Who else can endure darkness this dark, this deep, with no hope, with no support, and come out illuminating all the corners for other people? Show me what I need to see here. For the collective, you thought this situation would break you, but it was here to wake you. I knew this would come out. We've got the anchor. I feel like there has been nothing but deadness. That's not even a word, but nothing but endings, people leaving, people abandoning, people not taking responsibility. And I feel like even to an extent you've emulated this, you have also, you know, we're not blameless. I'm not saying that everybody else is at fault, and I'm not. You know, I've definitely done my fair share of, you know, abandoning, of making mistakes, of choosing wrong, of being willful about my choices and saying this is what I want, and turning a blind eye to what is really right in front of me. So, but this is an anchor. So I feel like this is going to serve to help anchor you and other people around you. Look, you can't make this up. It literally says hope. Hope. You have divine intervention. You have hope. Okay? I feel like even to this point, you could be really, really jaded, and maybe perhaps sometimes you are, but ultimately that small candle that other people can't see, there is still hope in you. I feel like also you could be really close to the lunar phases and starting to understand a lot more about yourself, your situation, about where you come from. I heard hope never dies, okay? I see that like wishing upon a star. I feel like you can even look at that literally and think, wow, that's something that I would love for myself, that kind of a thing. Then I have, what is this? A little rabbit. Doing what? Doing what rabbits do. Carrying something? Anyways, oh, hi. Well, that was a rabbit. Here it is. Yeah, so I feel like even you could be somebody who goes into like the rabbit holes and things like that. So that is something for you to consider. Oh gosh, okay, and then this little cross, usually I associate with like the breast cancer awareness, but this one is not the pink one that's in the thing that I have. So this says hope as well. Yeah, so you get a ribbon for hope, for standing in your power, for continually getting up in the morning, for showing up for yourself when nobody else did, when nobody else would, and perhaps even when nobody else could. Okay? Love conquers all. Some loves endure only until a change comes to visit, and then that love, that connection, the friendship can dissolve. Some friendships and connections are strong, healthy, but only to die from neglect, or because one partner shifts an alliance to another. Boy, that has been my story. Not funny, but yeah. But in the heart of these creatures, these faithful ones, we can see love and a commitment that truly is endearing. For we have experienced it, just as this new vampire is experiencing it within this image. From one lifetime to the next, through transformation, they will come to greet her. They know she is changed. They can sense her difference, but they are hers, and she, in turn, is theirs. And that bond is unbreakable until true death takes them away from each other. And even then, the love endures through memory and the presence that lingers after death. This young vampire does not know how fortunate she is yet. She may not even know how very much she has changed, transformed as she is, awakened and alive to her vampire sense she has become. For her, these wolves are her friends. I love wolves, you guys. They are her dearest ones. And now that bond will continue to grow even stronger as they will remind her of her human self and of her companion. They'll also teach her to survive, to hunt, to be wild. And though she has never been less like them, they are all now creatures of the night and hunters. And new love out of the old love has been created. This holds true to you as well, the one reading this now, for there is a love that endures beyond distance, change, and radical shifts in energy and circumstances. There are those who are faithful and to whom are given your bond too. There is a love and a faithfulness that endures even beyond lifetimes. This is yours. Observe this miracle of everlasting trust and love. Be grateful and give thanks. Love is a miraculous state, and some lovers are so powerful that destinies change and lives are remade within the crucible of its fires. A belief that love is powerless when it comes to difficulties or that it fades its dim light is actually a curse. Love can be renewed, reignited, and enduring. Open your heart to the power of love and know that it is a powerful force, and give it a place of honor in your life, your home, your work. Love is all there is. Work and live from the place where love dwells within you, and your life will be sublime. Okay? That is what I was feeling. Extreme abandonment. Maybe you grew up where the definition of love was very flighty. Maybe your parents came in and out and did as they pleased. Let other people take care of you, or you took care of yourself. Why are these cards here, please? That situation you thought would break you served to only make you. Show me now. I'm going to grab these jumpers first. Worries and Ace of Discs. Yeah. So, with the 3 here, this is collaboration, creativity. This is getting to work and all the cogs working together. And I feel like in this case, all the cogs did not work together. There were situations outside of your control, perhaps, and maybe even perhaps outside of other people's control. They could not provide you what you wanted. That is part, honestly, of the generational curse, is that these people, I heard the word vapid, they themselves did not have the love, the nurturing that you were craving and that you were not given. And so how can someone that doesn't have the tools give to you what it is that you desperately need? Okay, they didn't have this to invest in you. It was like monumental to even think about investing time, energy, and effort. And I feel like they felt frozen like a brick when they even kind of contemplated this concept. Okay, and now I'm thinking, I'm even looking at these right here. It's like 3 of Pentacles and then the 1. I have the 4 of Pentacles. I feel like any time, energy was not invested in you. Okay, so I feel like there was a lot of withholding emotion, hiding things, a lot of, oh, that's too much for me, I don't want to take responsibility, okay, from whoever was around you at that time. And I do feel like it goes back to family line for most of you guys. So show me why this situation that I thought would break me serve to wake me, please. Show me now. Yeah. You are the High Priestess. I feel like you get your own messages from Spirit, from peaceful time alone, from deep breathing, from maybe even having baths, like spiritual baths. I do those as well. I do those more often. I feel like you are clairaudient, clairvoyant, and claircognizant. You definitely have a lot of the clairs, if not all of them. I also feel like you're having another spiritual awakening. I feel like you've had a few, okay, and you didn't know what they were called. You've like transformed. And that's part of this, like, love conquers all. It's like you've come from so far, from a lack, from an absence, from a void, from a place where things were perhaps stolen from you and there's nothing but dark and negativity. And I'm not saying this is a trigger. This is just so we understand we're all on the same page. And I feel like you held that candle out, and now you understand what is loyalty, what is love, what's lasting commitment, and perhaps it hasn't been reciprocated, and that's okay. I feel like understanding and controlling, evolving will perhaps bring you that love that it is that you want. But most of all, it's going to be really important to give that love to yourself. If other people like withdraw their candle from you, in other words, if they're not looking for you or at you or celebrating you or wanting your time and attention or wanting to be around you, if they shade or disappear from your life, things like that, then it's just not meant to be. And I feel like you know that instinctively, that those are not your people at that point in time. Now, with the wolves, you could have even a last name Wolf or infinity for wolf, or you could have like wolf totems. You could really have a deep spiritual connection. Even when the moon gets full, I feel like there's a tendency you can even like want to go out there and like howl, or kind of like want to yell into the silence to be heard. It's like, hey, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I feel like even though this big light is here, it's almost like I'm buried in darkness in such a way. That's really interesting. Okay, so show me why love conquers all, please. Show me why love conquers all. I do feel like you're a free spirit. You are loving. You are giving. I feel like continue doing what it is that you're doing in that manner. But always be watchful that your tribe, your people, have the loyalty of wolves, okay? That they are pack family, that they are pack mentality. Show me what I need to see for love conquers all in this situation that I thought would break me. Show me now. And I know I've changed the wording a few times. The Knight of Swords, yeah. So you are clearing up a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of bullshit. I'm looking right here. It's like this, I feel like this person's kind of looking over their shoulder. It's like, okay, checkmate. Somebody, I feel like the game master was like playing chess with you. You didn't even know there was a game, but now they don't know that you're actually running the game, okay? You've come to clear away debris. You've come to clear away confusion. You've actually come with your sword, not for a person, but for a cause. And what is that cause? I feel like lifting up other people that have been in a similar situation or currently in that situation, okay? People might take this as personal attacks. That is their choice, how they interpret your actions, your voice. Entirely your choice. But I feel like part of Love Conquers All is understanding that, you know, you may not have had like the best childhood or whatnot, but also understanding, you know, that we can only proceed and give from a place that we know and that we have the talents and gifts of giving. The Princess of Wands, okay, so this is the dancer, okay, so this is about fire dancing, about sword swallowing, about, yeah, literally playing with fire. And so it could even feel to you like you might be even playing with fire, with family dynamics, with resurrecting old hurts, with things that people would rather forget. But guess what? Especially if you've never had a chance to speak your truth before. I feel like that's needed in the world, and it isn't about people abusers or people that made bad choices in the past. And it's not in the end really even about us. It's about extending that light to other people and making them feel heard and understood as well, and allowing them to have hope. I feel like the luster and the shine that you have is quite different than what anyone else can bring to the table. Each one of us has our own story, okay? And I feel like at times it may be even speaking your truth, because this person has their mouth like semi-open. Speaking your truth can be a bit difficult. Look at how tiny her mouth is here and how sealed her mouth is here. So I feel like it could be difficult to speak your truth, but I think that you are well on your way to not being afraid and just speaking out. And it's like, if I get burned, I get burned. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, look, that's the bottom of the deck. I wasn't even ready to kind of shuffle. Bottom of the deck, I have the Sun. And this is all about, I feel like people are looking towards you, at you, that you radiate warmth, that you radiate love, that you radiate truth. Even this I is a little bit less pronounced than this one. And I'm just going to say that people might be looking at you kind of like with one eye. With one eye open. Maybe they're kind of like, they might even be sleeping on the job, not paying super attention. But I think that you will be grabbing people's attention because of the way that you're speaking, that you're totally naked, transparent, that you're not even afraid, like, you know what, fuck it to the bucket. This is me. This is what happened to me. And I'm not assigning blame. It is a generational curse after all, okay? And I'm not assigning a way out for people to take accountability. People that do not take accountability really have it hard in this lifetime. That is my personal belief. So I'm looking at the horse right here. I feel like you have freedom. You're embracing your freedom, your truth, and you're just kind of like not making any bones about it, and you're just quite enjoying the ride. It's like, I don't know where this is going to take me, and there's a big old wall of separation behind me and other people. But you know what? I'm going to go with my truth. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to allow that to be illuminated and let the chips fall where they may. That's the feeling I'm getting. This situation. Hey there. Okay, this is a jumper. Jump right on out. It's got the Empress card. A lot of times this can stand for the quintessential mothers. Could be your mom, a mother figure, or you could be a mom. This stands for abundance, basically. Abundance. It could be like procreation, a love of luxury. How does this play? Why is the Empress here, please? Why is the Empress next to the Sun? Okay, and I intuitively put it here where I feel like it's more like the past. Show me why the Empress is here. Okay. And many choices and options. Many, I feel like maybe perhaps there are different ways of looking at this, or illusions. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this mother has brought forth a lot of illusions in your life. I have a lot of illusions even about you, about maybe even your relationship, about how things go or have gone or could be. This person, the Empress, has created a lot of dreams, a lot of falsehood around you, a lot of clouds, a lot of things that are like nebulous. And it's almost like to keep you distracted from actually seeing what is there. So I feel like there's a lot of illusion, a lot of lies, a lot of subterfuge and mystery. And look, it is burdensome. This person, if it's a mother figure or someone with more like feminine qualities, it is a burden to carry all of that. It is a burden to carry with a narrative or a lie that you fabricated perhaps, or lying to themselves, okay, however the story fits. It is a burden. Look, follow your intuition, okay? Follow your intuition. I feel like you are aware that people have positive and negative polarities. I feel like you are aware that ultimately it's a cross that we individually have to bear. And even with crosses, I feel like there's confirmation saying that, yeah, it is a family curse, and it's been a really strong burden even on this parent or this person indicated here. Okay, but they have to come clean with their own business and face themselves in the mirror. That is not anyone's responsibility but your own. And the funny part is that letting go of all of this and just being like really real would help them would help them to feel secure and to feel safe and to feel more solid and grounded. Okay, so I'm gonna actually put these guys over here. I gotta remember to pick up that one card. Now, show me why the Game Master is here, please. I feel like you've mastered a lot, and I don't feel like you're playing a game at all or any games, but I feel like other people can be like, oh, you want to checkmate me? Oh, you want to one-up me? That's not the spirit here. Look, that is definitely not the spirit. That is definitely not the spirit. The spirit is simply just speaking your truth. In speaking your truth, you're bringing down towers. What are towers? Lies, bullshit, deception. Other people have really created a life or narrative for themselves so they can live with whatever it was that transpired. And I feel like that is leveling everything down to the ground. I feel like you might even have this person have epiphanies, okay, if they're still alive and in your life are still alive, period. The King of Cups, okay, so this could be the quintessential father as well. So I have parents again. I have I do what the fuck I want. I'm going to tiptoe into the village and get all them swords. Why? Because they're mine. 3, 4, 5. So in his hand, he's got 5 swords. This is the 7 of swords. There's 2 left. So this person came in with a lot of deception as well. I knew the fights were going to show up. In order just to steal. They could have stolen your childhood. I mean, this could be a real nefarious person just completely out to get whatever it is that they can get and just leave the scene of the crime and not care. And in its place, they left the 2 of swords. This is stalemate. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. There's no resolution almost. These people have everything just out for themselves. Justice. There will be justice. Justice will be served. The scales will be balanced. And I feel like there's only a little bit longer to go before you're going to see this play out in real life. And so this could, yeah, again, go back to like childhood, to nostalgia, to wishing that things were the way they were way back when. Even this person just jumped out at me looking at this like corner tower or whatever the heck this is. And it's almost like that feeling of, I wish that, you didn't blow up the freaking tower. Now you blew up the fucking tower. What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do now that you have blown up my illusion and my self-protection or my own image or whatever the case may be? When in reality, again, it's not about them. But, in the story, it's always been about them, not about you. So I feel like you're dealing with narcissistic people and breadcrumbers. So this is like, I've been fair. I've given you a little, have I not given you a little bit here and there? And they view themselves as like almost like Mother Teresa. Yeah, with giving. It's like, well, from my little, I've given you everything. And this could be for both parties, but they've really just breadcrumbed you. It's like that quintessential father that mails you $100 every 9 years and claims hardship, and yet they're out partying and dancing and womanizing and not paying rent because they can still live at home and act like a big teenager, essentially. Same vibe, okay? So this is just kind of reinforcing that. But look, times have changed. People are going to wish and feel extreme nostalgia about the way things were, about how you accepted little to nothing, how you couldn't even feel. She's got mittens here and he has bare hands, and it's almost like you couldn't even feel the tips of your hand. It's like, what am I being given? Is it tangible? Like, are you giving me love? Are you giving me affection? Are you giving me attention? Are you giving me encouragement? Are you giving me guidance? All of those things. And this person is wearing like mittens. It's like, I can't feel. But if you say you're giving me something good, then okay, I believe you. But X, that is no longer the case. Why? Because we're the black sheep breaking generational curses. People are not going to take kindly to you, my friend. Not at all. The Chariot. So this is moving on. I feel like, look, you are, I mean, who's going to fuck with you? Pardon my French. But look at this. Look at this. I love these cards. They're so beautiful. But it's like, there ain't nobody gonna fuck with you at this point. And then this looks to me like a top, like un trompón, like in Spanish when you're playing with, I don't know, a top. I don't know how it's called in English. You would wrap a string around it and you would throw it, and it had like a nail at the end of it, and it would just spin. Anyways, those are old school wooden ones. They don't make them like that anymore. But I feel like this is a situation that has led you to spin over and over again into the same thing of patterns of like choosing people that abandon you, that don't love you, don't care for you, attracting narcissistic people and things like that. But guess what? This shit is changing because you've harnessed your positive and negative polarity. You pulled away all of your own illusions. People have left your life, and you have in turn eliminated a lot of the debris, even with these lunar phases at the shoulder blades. I feel like you've eliminated situations, people, things, places, whatever the case may be, that did not serve you, that were shady. And in turn, you harnessed all of your power instead of accepting, I don't know what this is. Is it good for me? And asking other people, is that cup good for me? Is that flower good for me? Like, do I deserve it? And it was all just an illusion. And why was it an illusion? Because the Seven of Cups here tells me it was nothing but smoke and mirrors. Nothing was ever tangible, empty promises. I'll be back for you. You know, I really care for you. Things like that. I don't know where the Seven of Cups went, but let me, you know, I'm doing the best I can would be my personal favorite. I'm doing the best I can, but, you know, it's not about, again, assigning blame. It's like, take some damn ownership of your own shit, and maybe you wouldn't have to lie to yourself so much, okay? And so, again, I am not, you know, this is the pot calling the kettle black. I have made plenty of mistakes. I've had to apologize to my son plenty for screwing up, and you know, I've made, you know, bad decisions in doing things to other people as well. But hopefully now I'm woke enough that I can really make different decisions and own my shit. I do feel like you're connecting more with the heavens, with celestial beings, with your own I think stars, I think your own inspiration, and headed in a direction that is conducive for you. Yeah, it has to do with, wow, in healing your heart, you wind up breaking other people's hearts. I did not expect that. Okay. Well, what can I say about that? Except that tower has to come down. And so it's not, again, about destroying other people or a smear campaign or angling things in such a way to make people look a certain way. It's simply speaking your truth, honoring your truth, and enabling yourself to heal. This is going to come swiftly. The leveling down of illusions. I feel like a lot of people are going to be exposed for who they really are, what they've really done. I think that it's going to be a traumatic period of time. You've already had your trauma and you've been living with it this long. And so other people really have to deal with their own emotions or not deal with it as they see fit. You can't control that, neither can I. You continue doing you, head on the trajectory that you are on, because you are in fact going to be helping to heal other people. This is swiftness. This is messages back and forth. This is perhaps even travel. It's going to be really important at this point in time that you, my friend, keep your balance. It's a healing card. I feel like your third eye could be awakening or developing or growing. You have angels at your disposal. Call on your angels for protection, for direction, for affection even. Why the heck not? I even felt like personally, Angel Ariel one time kind of hugged me, and it was, I have no words. I mean, I'm not an angel worker per se, but I was blown away. Okay. I do feel like this path, this terrain can be a little bit rocky, obviously, but keep your true north. Keep getting downloads from above. Keep shining the way you are. Keep your spirits lifted. Keep that candle lit for everyone, including people that have made crappy choices. You know, it is what it is. We're all human. Keep one foot in the water, which is in touch with your emotions, and the other one on the ground, which is grounding you. And never forget that when you're mixing two elements, when you're headed in a different direction, in your own true north, following your own intuition, your own downloads, things that your gut already knows, there will be a third element. When you mix two different types of liquids together, you'll create a third. But you have divine protection. This is allowing you to cut out all the bullshit, all the nonsense, unnecessary static from your life, my friends. So I feel like things are going to get a lot calmer. You're going to get a lot more peace. And it may be like chaotic for other people around you. Don't allow them to bring their drama to your doorstep. It just is. We all have to deal with the cards that we've been given, depending on how we behaved and what ownership we have taken. Right here, I see the butterfly. I feel like you're not going to take any shit, any more lies, any more deception, unless these people completely change. It's not going to be good enough, okay? And that's fair enough, yeah. You may have blocked these people. They may have blocked you. But you're standing on higher ground. You could definitely see where they're coming from, and you're not having it. It's like you're red in the face. Now is the point where we get pissed off. We're done. And we're going after what it is that we want. What do we want? Passion. We want excitement. We want new development, new business. I see this almost even like a metric system. Is that how you say it? Almost like a ruler or something else, but new things. Like you're measuring things to see if it measures up to what it is that you want. And with that, it's like, okay, well, if you're in line with me, if we vibe, let's go. And if it doesn't and you don't measure up, you need to be this tall to ride this ride. Next. Keep it moving. Why? Because you want your emotional fulfillment. Here's your family. Here is your wolf pack. Here is your tribe. Here are the people that really see you and celebrate you for you. You know that there are no undercurrents, underlying jealousy, competitiveness, blame shifting, smoke and mirrors being used. That is not in your vicinity, and that is not for you anymore. Okay? So I hope that this reading provided some clarity. If it did, please do smash a like button, share, comment, subscribe. Sorry I went on for a little bit too long, but much love to you, and namaste.